India has a lack of hydrocarbon and abundant sunlight. So you will always see a business in what is available. For example, our demographics is something which is available as a proof of concept. So I think that really sets in very well. You've also had a theme specially focused on manufacturing. Now, India's manufacturing prowess is not very strong. There is an acknowledgement from last couple of years after the PLI schemes that India has arrived in terms of contributing to the manufacturing sector. But it's not easy. It's tough. What gives you the confidence that this time it's different?
So you know what? It requires many a false start for us to finally start showcasing or for the trend to pick up. So manufacturing, we have been pathetic, if I can use that word. For the last 75 years, we have not done enough to build the manufacturing capacities. And there are many things that that are lagging, whether it is skilled people, engineers being available, women's participation, R&D dollar being spent, the scale that is required, the road infra, logistics, everything has been a problem. Okay, so judiciary, if I may add, the kind of backlog that we have of the cases, the kind of implementation of the commercial contracts, and the back and forth on the taxation, there are many things that keep people off. But, and see, 2014, Make in India started. It was great on intent. But what we realize is that everything goes through a learning curve. You cannot expect it to be a hit from day one. Over a period, government realized that there are too many sectors over here. It is still a motherhood statement. The bureaucrats are not necessarily following the, towing the line. So they changed and they improvised and adapted to make the scheme more effective. They reduced the number of sectors. They incentivized and they used the carrot and stick approach. I mean, I would say Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed, everything was used. You incentivize with taxes, you give protection with tariffs, you provide a level playing field, and you incentivize scale. PLI, I think, is a game-changing.
Combination of
and in fact, they went a step ahead in terms of in defense, where they actually banned imports. So any and everything is being tried. A kitchen sink is being thrown. You are trying to get the logistics in place. We are trying to get the road network, the railway network, the airport network, everything being put in place. And we can see with our eyes, and we don't need anybody's confirmation that it is improving. Are we there yet? Absolutely not. We might still take another 5 years. But the intent is very clear and the action is also there supporting it. So the confluence of all the steps that have been taken over the last 7-8 years are finally coming to fruition, and we are beginning to see some output, some results, like in the case of electronics manufacturing. We have now gone from being huge importer, mobile manufacturer, we are gone from being importers to exporter. It might be a small number in terms of $1 billion export, but it's a huge thing that we are going to be exporting and not importing. And see, what happens is everybody always starts at the bottom end of the value chain. Okay, you're first going to import everything and get the assembly line in place. As we move along the curve, now again the Foxconn is coming in with a chip plant probably, and the entire ecosystem surrounding the Apple AirPods and iPad is also coming to India. Then we will move along the chain as the component assembly, and eventually the design and the complete product is also finally built in India. I think that day will also come. Maybe it is 5-7 years away. But this is how the trends begin. And all we are saying is that we are at that inflection point, and this trend is going to last long. Manufacturing contributes like 10%, which is lower than some of the even emerging markets. Yeah. So this contribution has to go higher. 25% over a 10-15 year, I would say, is a real possibility. And now we have taken some concrete steps towards achieving it.
And if your size of the economy is $5-6 trillion, 25% of that actually could be $1 trillion opportunity.